All eyes on base. Tune in. Press play. All is alpha on the way. Don't blink. Just stay. Oh, yeah. Got my coffee and my tabs up. Charts on the screen trying to level up. Bass junkie breaking down that A-Prepper. Crypto now we're turning threads into similar. What's a pool, what's a yield, what's a peg mean? They turn the jargon into real life scenes. From airdrop dreams to blue chip streams, they map it all out, now we all on the team. From what is gas to check my stats. From I don't get it to run that bag. All eyes on base. Stay locked in. Learning Defi while the beats stay bumping. Oh yeah. From the first little back to a major move. Bass junkie, now we got something to prove. Get your notes right. Turn that late night scroll to a smart life guide. We just press play, let the questions fly. They explain that yield while the numbers climb high. Click connect, now I see the pool flow. Two-side deposit, watch the tokens grow. LP tokens in my wallet, feeling brand new. Fees dripping in while I'm chilling with the crew. Talking risk and permanent. What that do? They slow it down till the smoke shine through. From rug red flags to the gems in the rough, they keep it real clear so the fans stay up.
Yo, and welcome back to another edition of Our Eyes on Base DeFi Yields, the weekly talk show hosted by yours truly and my main man, my co-host Crypto Noah, where we talk about liquidity pools, where to make money on these sideways markets, and then of course Crypto Noah always brings some of the alpha, some gems to the show. Now guys, if you enjoy this weekly show, make sure you smash that retweet button, let people know where you are, and let's get some eyes on the builders. Without any further ado, let's pass it over to my wonderful co-host, as always, Mr. Crypto Noah. How are you today, my man?
Dude, I'm doing good, man. Here in San Francisco, the weather's been really nice. Got some good stuff in the works here. I know we took a couple of weeks off so that we can smell the roses. So that's good. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get into today's topic. We're going to talk about something else that Base was working on. But before we do, y'all know I had to come with something different. This is my first time wearing this shirt. Actually, I wore it last night to a game night. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this off, popped it off, put it on the chair so it wouldn't get wrinkled, and wear it during the show. This is I think it's a Spectrum Node shirt. I got this at ECC.
Spectrum Node.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It it's really tight on the neck because it doesn't show my tattoo, which is nice. So yeah, man, I'm feeling pretty good, man. How you doing though, man? How's everything? I know you had a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah, dude. Things are good on my end. Yeah, obviously I had the nose surgery. Just signing stuff. No Michael Jackson. But yeah. Honestly, when I had those tubes on my nose, the first couple of days, oh man, it's still sensitive. But my nose was super pointy, and I don't know who told them. I think my wife's cousin was teaching them, oh yeah, he looks like Michael Jackson. And my kids, who barely know Michael Jackson, they just know some of his songs. They're like, hey, Michael Jackson. I'm like, you cheeky little gits. What are you doing? But no, yeah, recovering well. Still on the mend on that side. But oh man, I'm smelling in 3D now. So it's it's definitely took some time to stop and smell the roses. But then of course, so much is always happening in crypto. New chains launching. I mean, that's literally how long it's been since you and I have done a show. The whole Robinhood saga, everything there, and so much. And I mean, the banker exploit this week. I mean, Brian, pro memes against memes. The whole base eco sentiment, hanging on by a thread. But then Jesse's coming back tomorrow. There's there's the builder call, the community call to sort of rally the troops, get morale up. But man, there is never a dull day in crypto. But yeah, man, I can't be away, can't be just off with the fairies, smelling the roses. There's especially when there's this much action happening on the daily.
Yeah, no, it may be a dull moment in terms of price action, but that makes for sharp moments in DeFi. Man, the dad jokes are just coming to me today. That I can tell you. That I can tell you. But yeah, no, it's yields have been pretty good. The ETH tipper pool has been fantastic. We'll look at some of that later. Um, but you wanna dive into the short little excerpt that I prepared for you guys today?
Absolutely, man.
Great.
Lay it on us.
Yeah, man. So I want to talk about another, since this is the Owl Eyes on Base DeFi show, we want to talk about another upgrade that Base is doing, and that is the Cobalt upgrade. I'm glad they went with a cool name instead of Barrel, which is like a grandma name, I feel like. And, I feel like they're doing all these small things and they're pulling further ahead. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's just one of my favorite sayings is that small changes often have little effects until a critical threshold is reached, right? Like you can have some ice in the freezer from 1 degrees Fahrenheit all the way to 32, 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it hits 32, then it starts to melt. Same thing with cancer cells and how they take over our body. So it's just like base is doing all these little things to tip the scale and they keep shipping. Eventually, they're really going to be pulling away, right? So, um, a few weeks ago, like I said, we talked about the B20 upgrade, the barrel upgrade. Now they're preparing their next major upgrade, which is Cobalt. And basically, if base or if barrel is made base better for developers, Cobalt is aiming to make base better for everyone, right? So we're going to break down what it is, why it matters, how it builds on barrel, and why this keeps making base one of the strongest ecosystems in crypto. And also, as a side note, public details on Cobalt are still relatively limited, right? This isn't live yet, like, so we wanted to cover it beforehand. So just keep that in mind. So you know, just to recap, we've talked about all these things on our show, but Base has been shipping. We talked about Bureau, we talked about Flash blocks, the Base app in general, even though that's a whole other thing. X402 agent kit, builder ecosystems, and the improvement proposals that they've been doing with AI agents. So now, as far as Barrel goes, because this Cobalt builds on Barrel, right? Faster withdrawals, better node performance, wrapped ETH v2, B20 token standard, better token issuance, institutional assets, and better stablecoin support. So Cobalt isn't replacing Barrel; it's building on top of it, right? So explain simply what is Cobalt. So you think of Base as like an operating system. Barrel upgraded the engine. Cobalt upgrades the features developers can build with, right? So it's like one of the biggest things is native account abstraction, right? So today you have your wallet and you approve, then you sign, you pay gas, bridge, swap, sign again. Um, it's all the same, right? It's pretty consistent across major all major networks actually. So you have they're offering a gasless UX, session key, smart wallet, and one-click onboarding, right? So normies, we always talk about this. They're not going to use crypto until it feels like Uber, right? So they're going to allow you to have gas in any token, right? Imagine if you went to go pay with a card, right? And you paying with US dollars, but you needed to have some euros to pay the transaction fee. You just want to pay in whatever you're paying with, right? Today we need ETH. In the future, you'll be able to pay gas with USDC, CBTC, Arrow, or other assets. So it's like going to Starbucks. Today you need quarters. Tomorrow, use whatever card you want. All right, so now the better developer experience, lower friction, lower cost, better tooling, faster deployment, developer incentives, and this is just all in line with Base's goal to trying to be the easiest chain to build with, or build on, I should say. Now, we talked about with the Barrel upgrade why institutions care, right? Stablecoins, RWAs, tokenized stocks, payments, identity, compliance. We talked about BlackRock and Ondo and Frank Templeton and Robinhood, right? You have this big AI connection. And Base isn't just building for humans anymore. We've been talking about this for a long time. They're building for AI and AI agents, right? We talked about the agent kit and the X402, machine payments, AI wallets, AI commerce. And Cobalt keeps improving the chain so that these agents can eventually live on it, right? They're really, it's crazy to say, but they're really like thinking about not the customer. Well, the customer is the agent. They're thinking about the customer, which is the agent. So they're building this thing for agents, which is a weird way to think about things, right? So why does this matter for base tokens, right? Aerodrome, Moonwell, Morpho, Virtual, base names, builders. It's going to lead to more activity, more apps, more users, more TVL, and from AI agents controlled by humans, right? So yeah, my biggest takeaway is that Base isn't trying to win by marketing. They're trying to win by making it the best blockchain to build on. Every minor upgrade reduces friction. Every reduction in friction brings more users. Every new user brings more developers. Every new developer brings more applications, and that's how ecosystems compound. Now, like I said, that's pretty much it for that segment. It's not a lot of information released on it just yet. So if when and if they, publicly announce it and it's more details, we'll cover it again if it's not redundant. But yeah, that is the gist.
I th- I I agree that the small changes do compound. Um, I wonder though, like with these small incremental changes and making it a little bit easier to develop, slightly reducing the fees. Like at the end of the day, I think that the fees now between blockchains are so minuscule. They're all fractions of a cent, regardless of the chain. And anybody who's been crypto for a while can remember the ETH days when we were paying hundreds of dollars in gas. Like all these blockchains, all these L2s and Solana, feel like a blessing in terms of what we actually pay for transaction settlements. I think the ones that are going to keenly look at these and make objective, non emotional decisions are going to be the bots, AI machines that value a fraction of a cent cheaper on this blockchain over that, and I think they are really. I think Base really is targeting the AI. They want to be like the best blockchain for AI um, agents to be using. So I think that's why it's important for that. Because one thing I noticed, I saw a tweet recently. I think Alexander Wagme from Aerodrome shared it. It was up and to the right. It was Wagme Alexander. Let me see if I can find it in a few seconds. But basically, um, it was like contrary to the timeline, the sentiment, you know, Base is crushing it. The Dexes are crushing it. Volume, everything is going up and to the right. Fantastic, and it's like okay, that's good. But if the user sentiment is lower than ever, like what that signals to me is that their bread and butter isn't coming from the indie devs. It's not coming from the small plucky startups who are building on chain. It's from AI agents and institutional capital. So yeah, I think these upgrades are good for Base and Coinbase from a chain perspective, a business bottom line perspective. If it becomes the de facto home for AI agents and banks, etc., being slightly faster, slightly cheaper, it's my hope that Base still remains loyal to the
Humans.
people that have been like the users, the people that have spent so much time advocating for the chain, and it doesn't just become a ghost chain on timeline and just a corpo chain for bots and businesses.
Yeah, you said a lot of good things there. The first thing is that AI agents are going to care about saving half of a cent, and not just because they can move between chains seamlessly, but because agents, people are going to want to use them to do high volume things, right? So those small transactions will add up pretty quick. They can do thousands of transactions in a day. If you paying 25 cents, that could be a good amount, right? So that's important. And then, we also have to think about like not just using AI agents to transact on the chain, but they're going to be building on the chain too. So to your point, people are still going to be building as well. And like I agree with you. I hope that they keep that in mind, Like it's not yeah, they're going to be the predominant users, but they're still going to all be controlled by humans on the back end, So, you know, they'll only be as good as their competition pushes them to be. I saw this interesting post on Instagram today, and it was saying how like the best brands they have an enemy, and they were
Mm.
talking about the legendary 1984 ad, right? They didn't talk about they first off they didn't even show a computer. It was one of the best ads of all time. Didn't even show the product. They didn't talk about the product, but they had the big brother on the screen, and they positioned the enemy, and they talked about what they're not going to be versus how great they are, right? So yeah, man, we'll see. I'm glad Robinhood launched their L2. I'm hoping that they get even more competition because it's only going to make them better. Because you know how it can be with a monopoly. Not only can the product be subpar, but also the pricing could be exastrobus, if that's a word.
By the way, just one comment on the audio. It like when you lean forward there, it was way louder. I thought it was my
Right
microphone.
here.
Yeah,
I'll stay close then.
yeah, just like I just want to see like this part of your face. That's how close I want you to the mic to the
Yeah, guys. So I'm just kidding.
no, but talking about like the marketing like that, I used to love like I love looking back at like '90s marketing, like the Coke and Pepsi wars, Burger King and McDonald's, like just like all these like clever jabs at each other. And yeah, you're absolutely right. These feuds, they made it not so much tribal, but like it was just
Tribal.
entertaining. I
Much
mean,
tribal.
yeah, okay, yeah, maybe even. I mean, there are what houses and Pepsi houses. I know Pepsi. They gained a lot of market share when they increased the size of the bottles. Same price, double the size, and it's like, oh, great. Families were like, yeah, that's what we need. And yeah, speaking of the competition and sharpening the swords, yeah, I think Robinhood entering the market is really is Coinbase's most direct competitor, and obviously they've been around for a few weeks now. Um, in fact, I think we did speak about them maybe on a show because I remember I
Oh
texted you
yeah.
about Cashcat.
Oh yeah, we did a
I,
couple
I
times.
told you about Cashcat at eight
I figured.
eight mil, and then it ran to like 220. But I sold for a loss because salad fingers, paper hands. You
Solid.
know, yeah, literally like 2 days before Vlad tweeted, I was just like, okay, let me just lick my wounds, cut my losses, and then just boom, euphoria. But yeah, I mean things have slowed down on Robinhood. It's kind of an interesting time. I mean, it's not a fun time to be a bag holder like, of tokens, but it's an interesting time in the sense that we're going to see whether like what's the stickiness of the app. Like, are people using it for building stuff beyond the initial meme coin hype? And then, of course, the timing of it is very interesting. Robinhood launching a chain, Tether launching a chain, Clarity Act looming. Will it get passed before summer? Like, are they like? Do they know something we don't? It's it's curious one.
I hope so, man. And something interesting about Arbitrum and Robinhood chain, dude. I think in like the I forget how long our coach Chris broke this down really good on one of our macro updates on the one we talked about Robinhood like a couple weeks ago when they launched. When they launched, they had like around $500 million in trading volume, right? Do you know Arbitrum only got like 14 grand out of all that?
And I think ETH got like 1,000.
Yeah, pennies.
Like, when I heard that it was built on Arbitrum or something, like you kind of hope that they like maybe this is going to be their saving grace. This is going to be the thing that pumps volume back into the super chain, or at least Arbitrum. But yeah, 14 grand. That's like they might as well just giving them like an insider tip on a meme coin.
They need. It sounds to me like they need better biz dev guys. They could have negotiated higher than that, but maybe. Yeah, it's not. I don't. I don't see any way around that because like I'm sure they offer way more support to them that was worth more than that. Maybe they got paid from. I don't know, man. But yeah, I just thought
So
that was
14 grand over what period? What time period was that?
whatever like the initial day or week was but the key thing is 500 million in trading volume on the Arbitrum chain. That's a lot of trading volume for 14 grand. And
I mean,
now trading
what
volume is
what
way better.
percentage what percentage would Robinhood get? Robinhood chain of that,
Chris told
like
me, but I forget.
because like wallets and whatever they all have their fees. How much is Robinhood getting? Like they're not getting a percent, surely.
Uniswap got the bulk of it.
Mm, yeah. GG's Uniswap being they're like,
So
hey guys, we'll be your partner. We'll be your partner. Dex, don't worry, we got you covered.
yeah,
Oh, thanks,
exactly.
Uniswap. You're the best.
Don't mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they need to like improve their business models in order to just be sustainable, man. I don't know how they're making money other than the VC capital they raised. So
Let me check. So look,
Rob,
I got DeFi Llama up.
there
Almost,
isn't anyone else that can build on top of Arbitrum that's better than Robinhood, and they only made 14 grand off of that much trading volume. So yeah, man, that's
so
pretty wild.
I've got Arbitrum up here. So $1.2 billion market cap. Chain fees. So they need 12K over the last 24 hours. Like, are they making these? Are they making that daily? Like when
It
Robinhood
says
launched,
24 hours.
huh?
It says 24
So
hours.
yeah, so this is 24 hours. Chain revenue. What does that mean? Real economic value 16K.
Maybe that's the value of the.
153 million. Is that counting Robinhood's
Yeah, because
volume?
Robinhood is built on them. Well, it's counting Uniswap because Uniswap's on Arbitrum. So whatever. Yes, to answer the question, I think so. Yes.
Let me see. Is Robinhood on here? So that's 153. I'm curious. No, that can't be right because it says here Robinhood has 520 million over the past 24 hours.
And what did it say for Arbitrum again?
153.
Huh. Interesting.
But look, so look, if Robinhood chain is feeding Arbitrum and you're saying like they only got 14K, here it's saying Robinhood's daily take is 73,000 on a 24-hour volume of 520 million. So if they got 73 and because it's a similar number, like half a billion, and Arbitrum got 14 of that, like they're actually getting what, like 20% of
Yeah.
Robinhood's take.
And it could be like some kind of tier structure, like, oh, when you hit this amount, we'll increase it. So who knows? They could have worked out something on the back end, maybe. Who knows, man?
It's just not that juicy, to be honest.
Yeah,
What I mean, Ethan, all right, 1.36 million, but the ETH just isn't eating well off the L2s. Like they get, because I remember hearing that off of Robinhood's launch, ETH got like 1 grand from Arbitrum. And it's like, well, guys, you need some better like biz dev guys.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, we still got some, or they still got some work to do because, I mean, if you really think about it, though, no one makes money off of like TCP/IP and people building on the internet, but it's also like no one owns it either. So it's like if you own something, which these L2s own the stacks, you got to be able to make something to sustain yourself, you know?
Mm.
So TCP/IP didn't have much competition other than, what was it? Linux operating system. So,
Yeah. Sorry, can you hear me double?
nope.
I'm hearing an echo myself.
No, you're coming in clear.
Mm. It's a little bit distracting for me.
I know how that can be. Do we want to take some time and look at some yields?
Oh yes, please, man.
Yeah, let's look at some yields.
I'm always fascinated by your ETH Tibber pool, because I know you've had that open for what, a year now, or like half a year.
That baby's still printing here. I'm gonna share my screen.
Dude, that's the way.
It is. Let me see here.
Yesterday I put a poll out on the timeline saying, will ETH break 2K this week? And at the time, ETH was at 1,924. So it's just like $70 more. Can we do it? And there was 36 responses, and the poll was 50-50.
Yeah, I'm in a DeFi saver ETH leverage long position up to 3K. So, and I won't get liquidated unless if it goes to like 12, it'll add to my position. I made a video on it. So I'm just cool. I'm just chilling in that. Oh, shoot. I'm out of range on my tight range. ETH has been outperforming Tibber as of late, but I'm still in range on my yellow one. So I'm going to have to rebalance this today. Um, but if we go to Aerodrome, they have voted on the Tibber reward since we last did it. Look at that. Yeah, I definitely need to rebalance. To me,
11,000.
pretty good. Even the fee APR is pretty good, but the emission APR
This is ridiculous.
is redonkulous. And then the volume counters aren't even that crazy, right? It's just that the liquidity is low, right? And if we go over to, let me see.
Wait, what? How's there only 97K liquidity? Or in that specific pool?
That was that was over the. Let me see.
So hang, you just muted yourself.
No, I did. Someone was calling me. I had to tell them I'm doing a show. So if we look here, I think this one is more accurate. So you have a volume of 1.7 billion, but
Million.
the TBL is only 206,000. So that's why the fees are insane right now.
I don't understand, why is the TVO only 200,000?
That's how much money people put in there.
Is this your pool? This fees 4,000.
Yeah.
That's how much you made from this pool,
No. This is just the overall UI
right?
when you type it in. So it shows how much is in each fee tier. This one's migrating, so this one isn't making anything. That's why it says NA. So these ones aren't even a thing. It's only this one. And I think the reason why it's so high is because you still have people with money in here because they don't check it. Like it's still 96,000 in here, and people are still trading, but they're not paying out any fees in this pool. So people are basically just providing free liquidity.
Oh man, just goes to show like you can't always just set and forget it.
Dude, that is actually funny, bro. They in there thinking they making money and they're doing it for free, bro. Man, that's I don't know why that's funny, but
Just doing it for the love of the game.
just for the love, for the vibes.
Yeah.
And if we oh, I just dropped my phone. Hold on, let me pick that up. If we look at our yield hunter tool, let's check out. Let's look at some of them. So Solana yields have been really good. The Solana USDT pool has been really good. Inside of our community, we're going to be creating a spreadsheet with all of the top pools from like blue chip to medium tier to like risky, and like put them in order, just to make things a little bit more seamless. So you have to check that out when we launch it. I'll let you know. But if we look on base, um, Toshi still up there. Aerodrome is launching their new decks here pretty soon, if they haven't already. I haven't even checked. They might have done it already. Um, but yeah, these are some of the yields that you're able to get here on base. Our coach Chris said the virtuals pool has been paying out pretty good as of late. VVV gonna do a deep dive on this. They have an interesting AI product. Morpho wrapped ETH. Morpho is solid. You know, they're in bed with Robinhood and Coinbase. Dude, they should create an ad of them like showing up at a party and they showing up with a girl with blue and a girl with green. But yeah, man, yields in DeFi are pretty good. And if we go over to, let's just see like ETH USDC. USDC Arrow, that's quite shit. Let's see.
I mean, the thing is, we say this all the time, but like DeFi really has growth for this APR.
Dude, look at this.
Like 18%,
That's
that would be fantastic.
This is migrating, so you don't want to go here. But look at this. Hold on.
6%.
6,000. That's 6%. We want to do it by APR. Okay. Here we go. 9,000 plus percent. 166% on just the fee APR. Anything over 100% APR on ETH USDC is fucking great, right? Because the risk is low. 140 million in volume. 3.3 million in TVL. Dude, that's a great volume to TVL ratio. That's insane. No wonder why it's so high, right? This one's migrating, so you don't want to look at this one. This one's pretty good too, but the fee tier is lower. So this one is 0.07, this one is 0.008, right? And that's why it's lower. People are gonna go where they're paying the most, but traders are gonna go where they can pay the least. So it's a bit of a conundrum. But traders also are gonna go where they can pay the least and get pay and have the best liquidity. So it's like it's a lot of factors to consider. But I mean, it's not a lot of, most of the time the human isn't considering it. The smart order routing is going to determine which one is the best for you to trade in.
Hey, question about the Mango pools, like the DeFi yield hunter tool you have. Is there a function where you can see like how many weeks, how consistent it is, like how, because obviously the Toshi pool, it's at the top of the leaderboard, week after week. But like, is there a way to check like which are the most stably high yielding pools?
Yes, there is a back testing feature on here. Let's check. Let's take a peek. Our developer is on vacation, so.
And is this tool something that you slash someone on your team has developed?
Yeah.
Nice.
So if we go here and you click it, and we go back to, let's say, 6 months. What's this? 7/29. I don't know what the 1400 is, but this is July 29th. So you basically 29, 28, 27. You can just kind of go all the way back 6 months and look at the volume, the fees, and the volume to TVO ratio within that time, and just kind of go all the way down to see. And then you can also do something like this, where you can back test. Like, hey, if I was in this range from this range for, what's this, 360 days, and you can like basically see the results here. So it has a little back testing thing. We have to make this UI better because it's not the most friendly as like a Uniswap Labs, the Uniswap Labs tool, or some of the other tools out there. But yeah, it's a work in progress. But yeah, you can.
Nice, man. And how is the Tibber pools like stacking here?
Let's see.
Or maybe a different question. What's the APR currently on the Tibber pool that you've been in for months?
Let me see. Oh, that's not the one. Oh, here we go.
Dude, I was thinking, like, could you imagine if you were the one giving the free liquidity?
No, these are all. This is my one that's out of range. I need to get it back in range. No, this one's the one's out of range actually. Um, so the only thing I don't like is that you kind of don't know. You have to do the math because it shows the original APR with your range, like just off to the trading fees, but it doesn't show the emission APR other than when you go to like liquidity and just type it in. Like right, you just see I got some emissions that I can claim, but it doesn't show the APR for emissions. It only shows the APR for the trading fees. So I think they need to fix that. Hopefully, when they launch the new decks, they will. Let's see if they have any announcements on that because they're integrating Velodrome and Aerodrome. Um, and they should have launched it by now. Not Aerosmith.
Is paying a meme coin that you've been looking at?
What's that?
Ping on Solana?
I don't know. That's just whenever I type in like Twitter, that's like the first thing that pops up, and I just take it. So yeah, they're not. They haven't launched it yet. Yeah, they haven't integrated the dexes yet.
And do you think the launch of in fact, sorry, what is it they're launching? The new version of Aeroswap.
Aerodrome, yeah, they're combining Aerodrome and Velodrome, have more liquidity, and they're basically making it a better experience for farmers. We're able to capture more fees and like dis, what is it? What do you call it? Like disincentivize mercenary farmers, people who are just coming to farm and dump. We covered an episode on it and I made a video on it, but to be honest, if I'm just keeping it real with you, I forget the details because it was so long ago and I'm consuming so much information. So if you guys want a refresher, you just go on over here and then you just click. Can you believe LeBron James went to the Sixers? That's crazy. You click Crypto Noah, you go here. And guys, also, I'm going to start back putting out my day in the life of a cryptopreneur vlogs on my birthday, August 21st. And there's going to be a new episode every Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific time. But anyway, is this video right here. 2 months ago. Yeah, that was a while ago. So I went through like what they wrote, what they're upgrading, what they're launching, and pretty much all the details around it.
Nice, man. Well, I'll have to check it out and pop up on my knowledge there because, I mean, do you think that this will be bullish or bearish for the price token, or do you think it won't affect the Aero token?
Telling in these markets, man. I feel like the Aero token has been pumping. Actually, I haven't checked it in a while. Let me look at the Aero token. It had been pumping for a while, which has been nice because I've been getting paid in Aero and it's been allowing me to get more Tibber. It's down 6.5% today. Yeah, it's been down pretty. It's been going down since around July 6th, but not too crazy. It's pretty much been consolidating. It's at 41 cents right now. But it's been trending upward. So
Yeah, I guess if you're looking
it's
at
like, dude,
from February.
crypto's in a place where it's just like we're so desensitized. The only thing that's going to, I think, make things really pump is clarity. Like Samsung announced that they're launching stablecoin. They're integrating stablecoins right directly in their phones. Market didn't do nothing. So I wouldn't be surprised if this Dex, no one really knows what a Dex fucking is. Once they launch their upgrades, it's probably going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. It'll probably dump.
Yeah, I think most things are dumping the price. Even if parity has passes, I think it probably just short term pump and then dump, and the market makers will just catch people with their pants down. And it,
Yeah.
like as soon as it launches, a lot of people are going to be logging Bitcoin, logging ETH, and they're like, "Blah, we can liquidate these
See all the
guys."
orders. The exchanges see all the orders, man. They're gonna
Beyond that.
Yep. So, yeah, man. No, that's pretty much it for today.
Well, dude, I'm hearing a lot of like reverb, like a lot of echo on my side from myself. So it's messing with my train of thought.
Dude, maybe
But
your nose is
let's-
so good that you can hear from your nose now, and your ears.
That's it, man. But dude, I'm happy that we're back on the airwaves. Back at it. And yeah, I look forward to next episode. I mean, hopefully things are a little bit different, and I'm back in a position to get into these LPs because 9,000 admission is just it's insane. Like it. I understand it doesn't stay like that, but just like even if you get a couple days, literally like 2 or 3 days of 5,000% APR plus, like you already got a huge chunk of your capital back.
Exactly. Just keep on stacking her up.
All right, man. Any final words to leave us with?
Nope. Visit Know It Outs at XYZ. Apply for our upcoming cohort. If you want to learn more about the DeFi challenge, go to one of my YouTube videos, subscribe, and in the description you can book a call to see if our program's a good fit. As you can see, the yields are really good. We're about to start providing more support and service for our members, and just got some good things in the work. So that's pretty much it.
Boom. All right, guys. Well, we do host these shows every week, every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. PST, 9:30 p.m. PMT+1. It's great to be back in action, and we'll see you next week for the next episode of Owl Eyes on Base DeFi Yields. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay based. Peace out, everyone.
I'm a baseline junkie. I'm a baseline junkie. Tell him again. I'm a baseline junkie. Tell him again. And I